So if you observe very carefully, so this is related to the centrifugal and the centripetal force. So particularly when we are traveling in a curved road, like if you notice it in our daily life also. So we all people see if you are traveling very faster and if you try to take a turn, so our car has been like skidding outside, like our back wheels will go away from the position. Am I right, everyone? Yes or no? So that is what like banking of roads means. Actually, if you notice it, if you want to say, like particularly turns, the banking of road means turns we used to call as banking of road. So turning of any vehicle, if you take turning of a car or turning of a lorry or bus or whatever it is. So in this banking of road, if you are traveling in a particular road which is having a friction, like without friction, with friction, skidding into the inwards and skidding outwards, that all the things we are going to discuss in this banking of road. So before going to start our lecture, so let us see a small video to understand what do you mean by the banking of road exactly, and then we can proceed with us. Okay, so banking of roads means particularly when we are turns when we are driving a vehicle. So what is the things will happen? So we all knows that suppose if you consider this is the road, this is the road, and your car is going to take a deep. So automatically you all notice that we all will fall inwards or outwards, of course. So if you consider this is looks like a circular motion, so it is acting a R radius, and always our body will falls outwards or inwards. We fall like this direction. Am I right or wrong, guys? All of you.
Yes.
That the force which is actually nobody is acting, but is the force which is trying to make us to fall outside. That is the force we used to call as what force? Everybody. Pseudo force. So that is only we used to call as centrifugal force. Am I right? Already we studied this one. Clear? So centrifugal force. So now this centrifugal force, if you notice it, so let us see that what is the condition when we are traveling on a road. What is the how we can drive a car safely without skidding? What is the speed we have to maintain? If you travel faster, what will happen? And if you take a deep turn, these all the things we will discuss here. So now let us understand first what is this pseudo like banking of roads, and then we'll proceed further. So all of you come to here, just to understand this. Mr. Pradeep, you may not understand this one, but from tomorrow or day after tomorrow, we'll start next chapter. You can continue. Okay.
To understand the role of friction at
Yeah.
circular turnings and banked roads. Maximum allowed speed while taking a turn.
So
When
actually,
the
what
car
is the
takes
main
a turn,
importance? What is the main importance of this lecture? Everyone, while we are taking a turn, what is the maximum speed you can go? Understand, Mr. Rudre sir? What is the target of this one? So what is the maximum allowable speed when you are traveling in a deep curved roads or banking of roads? That is what is about this concept. Okay. So observe.
each curvilinear section of the turn can be approximated to be an arc of a circle.
So that is what it is. It's like a part of arc of a circle. I remember that is only we used to call it as what? Radius. Am I right or wrong? Everyone, please respond. So that is what now. So observe.
With a certain radius. A centripetal force must act towards the center.
So centripetal force will act towards the what? Centripetal force will act towards the what? Everybody. Centripetal force will act towards the center, and there is a force which is trying to pull us away from it. That is what we used to call it as what? Centrifugal force. That is only we used to call it as pseudo force. Correct?
Of the arc to enable the vehicle to move along it. This centripetal force is provided by the static friction of the surface the car is moving.
Now, that is what. So the centripetal force, the direction of centripetal force only, who is acting? Check it, everybody. The force which is acting in this direction. What is that, everybody?
Static friction.
Static friction. Or simply, if you want, you can say friction it is. Friction, or we can say what? Static friction. Okay. So whatever it is. That's what. Just to observe very carefully, then it is very easy to understand the concept. Okay.
Normal force N.
So at everywhere, we all people knows that if you consider, we are all very familiar with this. If you consider, if any car, if you have taken, So if the car is traveling, for example, so always normal force will act upward direction and weight of the car will act what direction? Everybody, downward direction. So we all know that N is equals to mg. We are all very familiar with this. Am I right, or everybody? And main remember, static friction here, is it the static friction remains constant, or we know the property already? We studied static friction. What is the advantage of static friction? Static friction is the, yes please, self-adjusting friction. Am I right or wrong? It will be adjust by itself. Am I right, everybody? Maximum static friction only we used to call something. What is the maximum static friction we used to call as? Everybody? Maximum static friction we used to call something. Anyone?
F limiting.
Limiting friction. Understanding? So based upon the limiting friction only, we can decide either the body is ready to move or the body is not ready to move. Am I right or wrong? If the applied force is greater than the limiting friction, body tends to move. If the applied force is less than static friction, body does not move. Am I right, guys? Please respond. Everybody?
Yes, sir.
So that is what. So now, when we are traveling in a banking off-road, that is what a deep turns. So what is the phenomena is happening? You observe very carefully. Then the derivations and the formulas, everything I will teach you clearly. Okay. So just you must have an idea, like a imagination is very important here. So that is the reason I am making this one. Okay. All of you.
This is the weight of the car mg. If the coefficient of static friction is mu,
we all knows that. I already knows that. What is that? N is equals to mg. Just now I have taught you. Am I right or wrong? Everybody? So normal
Yes,
is equals to what? Mg.
Yes,
And there is a coefficient. What is that? Everyone? What is that? Coefficient of friction. Am I right or wrong? So that is what we can take it. So what we can take, Mr. Rudreswar? Coefficient of friction means immediately we can go with the what? F limiting. So F limiting is equals to mu into N. So we all know that. Yes. So F limiting is equals to mu into N. So N is equals to what, everybody? N is equals to mg. Okay, all of you. Now we need a condition. All of you remember, if you want to make the body to move in when you are traveling in this road, either this basically, if I consider this road as a smooth, so then what is the frictional force? F friction is equals to what? 0. No friction is existing.
Zero.
Correct or not? So that is why we have to consider a surface. It is not a friction. It is not a smooth one. So what is the surface actually? It is
Rough, sir.
rough surface. So rough surface means definitely F limiting is existed, and there is a condition for that when you are traveling. So what is the aim of this lecture? What speed you have to travel in a deep curves such a way that you have to travel smooth without any kind of accidents or any kind of like skidding outwards or skidding inwards. Do you understand, everybody? Clear, all of you? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
maximum frictional force which
So the centripetal force also acting towards the center. That is all we all know that. Now there is a friction, Fs maximum. That Fs maximum only what we used to call. You all should speak. Fs maximum only we used to
Limiting
call as
friction.
what? F limiting. Just now I written and erased. So F limiting is equals to what is the formula? Aswita, mu into N. So we all know that mu is the friction coefficient, and N is equals to what, everybody? N is equals to
mg.
mg. So let it be here only. Yeah, now observe.
act towards the center of the arc is mu mg.
So F limiting is equals to how much, guys? F limiting is equals to mu
While making
into
a turn,
m into
if
g.
the velocity
Right? Okay, Mr. Pradosh, Rudreswar, clear?
Yes, sir.
Hardik, understood? Ishali? Okay.
Yes, sir.
of the car is v and radius of the arc is r, the centripetal force acting on it will
So we all know that centripetal force. What is the formula? Anybody can tell me? What is the force which is centripetal force Fc is equals to? Radius r, radius is r, and velocity is v. So centripetal force formula, can you tell me, anybody?
V square by R.
Yes, no, not v square by r, mv square by r.
M into V square by R.
Yes, m into v square by r. Let me take radius is r. So now, if your body wants to move, all of you observe, if the body wants to move without any skidding and all, so there is a force which is acting outward direction, which will pull us outside direction. What is that force we used to call as? Everybody.
Centrifugal.
Please. That is what we used to call
Centrifugal.
as pseudo force, which we used to call as centrifugal force. So the centrifugal force which is exerting on the body, which must be equals to what? Everybody? Which must be equals to what? That force must be equals to centripetal force, then only the body will goes either without skidding, either inwards or outwards. Do you understand, all of you? So which is equals to m into v square by r. So there is a condition for when you want to travel in a curved path without, I will increase the volume is maximum, Vishali. So without any kind of skidding. So the first condition is, all of you remember, condition number 1. So what we have to follow is, so F maximum only we used to call something. What is that? F maximum is known as limiting friction. Yes or no? So limiting friction must be greater than or equals to centripetal force. That is what mv square by r. So if you imagine, for example, so if I equate them, let me take this, both are equal. So F maximum is equals to, we got it. What is F maximum equals to, everybody? Mu mg, which is equals to, for example, if I take it, mv square by r. So mm will get cancelled. So from that we will get it. Mu g is equals to what, guys? Everyone? Mu g is equals to v square by r. So from that, v square is equals to mu gr, and what is the v formula? Anybody can tell me? V is equals to mu into g into r. So that is what the velocity of a car. So if you want to find the velocity, at what velocity you have to travel in a deep car, sorry, in a deep curve. So this is the formula for calculating the velocity. Do you understand, everyone? Yes, please. Maximum
Yes, sir.
velocity. For example,
Yes, sir.
if this velocity is, suppose, if this velocity is greater than this one, greater than mu into g into r, can you tell me what will happen? Our car wheels will be pushes away from the path. Am I right or wrong, guys? You might be experience it when you are driving, your father is driving a car or mother is driving a car. If you're deep road, if you're traveling with some unknown velocity, that is what, greater than root over mu gr, keep it in mind, the skidding will take place. The skidding will take place where, outside or inside? The skidding of your car will push us outwards. Means all our, you can see, if I suddenly will take, imagine that my car is here. If I suddenly will take a deep turn, do you understand, all of you? So what will happen means, so I'm taking to take a turn like this. So if I take more than velocity, you can see the back wheels will be pushed away from the position. Am I right or wrong? That is what skidding outside. Clear, everybody? What I'm saying?
Yes.
Understand, Amma? Rudreswar, can you able to imagine? So
Yes,
what is
sir.
the condition, everybody? The frictional force must be greater than or equals to mv square by r. That is what centripetal force. So mm will get cancelled. So maximum velocity which you can travel body is equals to, in banking of roads, that is what, like smooth road or whatever it is. So if you consider v is equals to root over mu into g into r, that is what it is. So let us observe what they will speak. So that's what this concept is, like imagination, more animation ways. If you speak, then it will be very easy to understand. So that's what, see that. So it will be, if it is v is greater than root over mu gr, so it always will skid out, guys, skid outwards. Okay, so that is, you have to remember it. Now
would be equal to mv square by
by
r.
r. So here they are representing r radius with what? Small r. So your choice. But I represented with what? Capital R. So that's what I have taken, a capital R. But if you want, you can represent with what? Even we can represent with a smaller also radius, and you can substitute. So that here what will happen, guys? Everyone, root over mu g into small r will come. Okay, guys? Everyone?
For the car to make a safe turn, the
Yes.
required centripetal force should be within the limit of.
That is what it is. So here I have written for maximum. So it is a possible, if I put a greater than or equals to, what will happen? It will skid outwards. Am I right or wrong, guys? Please respond, everybody. So if you want to make a safe journey in a deep turn, always the limit should not cross more than or equals to. Do you understand, everybody? So FC is equals to, if you take it here, that is what? Fs maximum, F limiting. So what is the formula? mv square by r, which is equals to mu mg. So mm will get cancelled. So this is the maximum velocity. V is equals to root over mu into g into r. If the body goes even this velocity, it will be happening what? It will skid. Everybody, it will skid what? Outwards. Do you understand?
Outwards.
So this is the condition number 1. Always, if you want to make a safe journey, so what is the required condition? Everybody, it must be the centripetal force is less than or is equals to F maximum. So F maximum only we used to call something. What is that called as? Everybody. We used to call it as limiting. Okay. So very beautiful concept. I think everybody is able to understand. Clear, Mr. Pradosh, Rudreswa, Sai Gardik, Mania call to the Asvita. What happened? I don't know. Mr. Monish, can you able to catch it, Narayan? Yes. So please stop.
Static friction, which implies that the velocity of the car should be such that it satisfies the relation mv square by r is less than or equal to mu mg. In other words, v should be less than or equal to the limiting value.
Clear, everyone? So V must be always either less than or it must be what? It must be equals to what? Everyone. It must be equals to the F limiting. That is what? Maximum static friction. Otherwise, our car will be skidding what direction? If it is greater than or equals to, it will be skidding outward. Understanding? So that is what is basically we used to say. That is a banking of roads. You can notice it and we'll form the formulas and all. Based upon this only, we'll make derivations, many derivations, and as well as numericals and all they will ask you. So just I'm erasing. I hope everybody able to understand. That is the reason visualization is more important in this. Even next chapter full of visualization only. I will try to teach maximum with visualization. So let us see that now. Next.
Root over mu rg.
So what is the safe journey formula? Everybody list it. Are we able to guys? Clear everyone? V must be less than or equals to what? Root over mu r. Okay, so that is what?
Root over mu rg. Moves with a velocity greater than the limiting.
Greater than limiting friction. So what will happen? It will be skidding. It will be skidding what guys? Yes, please. Outwards. Okay.
Value, it skids away from the
Have you
center.
seen? This is only called as what? If you are going, already body is traveling with what velocity? Greater than the, please respond. It is traveling
Greater
with
than
the
limiting friction.
greater than the maximum velocity, maximum limiting friction. What is that? Mu into G into R. So that is why this back tires, have you see, as the car is trying to move forward direction, in races and all, you might be notice it. The car will is trying to skidding outward direction. Have you checked it, everybody? Have you experienced it?
Yes, sir.
That is what. So now I hope you all able to understand the concept. So it's very, very important concept for JEE and NEET also. There will be definitely minimum 3 mark in JEE and NEET every year based upon this banking of roads. So that is the reason after finishing the friction only I want to teach this. That is the reason I holded this by that time. Clear everybody? So just have a glance very clearly. 4 minutes video we can make 40 minutes session, because when you are making a revision time you can, but now you are studying a first time. That is the reason very clearly each point I am focusing. Understand, Amma? All of you? That is what. So that it is skidding what? It is skidding outwards. Clear? Okay. What is the reason? Because the velocity, maximum velocity of the car is already crossed what? Greater than or equals to? Yes, please. Limiting friction. Do you understand it? The centripetal force, if it is, that is what? F maximum. F maximum, that is what limiting friction is greater than the centripetal force, then automatically greater than or equals to, automatically the body will move what? Away from the position. That is what? Skidding outwards. Okay, guys? All of you? Yes, please respond. That is what I will share this video. No worries. You know, it has been taken more than half an hour for me to find a good video for a better visualization. Many videos are there, but it's not perfect. But this is a video I felt very better for the better understanding concepts. So you all people can experience it. That's what I'm saying. Okay. So just have a glance. Till here, any doubt you can ask me. Do you understand, everyone? Kadri, Rudreswa, anything doubt you can ask. Okay. So now have a glance. Next, see that.
Banking of roads. We cannot always rely on friction as it depends on external factors.
Do you understand it? So what is the external factors depending on friction? Friction is not constant. For example, when you are traveling in a normal road, friction is different. Now it's what is happening. So if suppose the same road I am traveling with a normal time, so by the time my speed will be different when I am traveling in the normal road, dry time. Now what is happening here, everyone? Yes, please. What is happening in this video now? Observe, everybody. It is happening what? Raining it is. Am I clear, everyone? So raining means the friction is reduces or increases. Everybody. Raining, guys, friction reduces or increases? Friction reduces. So by
Reduce.
the time, you cannot travel with the same V what we calculated before. Am I right or wrong? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So observe first. So that is why again see that this is the moment we used to say skidding what direction? Skidding outwards. Clear everyone?
Out.
So it is skidding outwards. You can see it. From the position, it is skidding outwards. That is what we can say. Skidding outwards. So please make it. Okay. So make sure you are able to.
such as rain or frost would significantly
Have you seen everyone? So if you travel greater than the maximum limiting friction, so limiting friction, see the position of the car is entirely changes. Have you noticed it, everybody? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
decreases the value of static friction.
What is happening? Why this car is happening like this? Because of rain, the maximum limiting friction is decreases. Am I right or wrong? Because water makes what? Smooth the surface so that the maximum limiting friction decreases or not? Everybody? Yes, please.
Yes.
All
Yes,
of you.
sir.
That is what. Yeah.
To avoid skidding of vehicles at turns, the outer edge of the road is raised up, which is called banking.
Now, this is basically you can see in the games of gaming. Have you noticed it, guys? Gaming and all, they will be like this only roads. It is not a plain road. Have you checked it? It is a
Yes,
deep
sir.
curved road as well as it is inclined surface. Like inclined surfaces, now the body is traveling. Like what we studied the inclined surfaces. If you have taken like now almost like you can notice it, I draw this one. So now this road is like the car is traveling in a road in such a way like this one. Am I right, everyone? This is what how the car is there driving now. Correct or not? All of you?
Yes, sir.
So that is what. So observe very carefully. So very important concept, very clearly, slowly study. Tomorrow only I'll teach you formulas and how to derive from this and all. First understanding is very important. Okay.
Suppose surface
Have you noticed it? This is what it is. Looks like a what? Inclined surface. Am I right or wrong? Everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yes, guys, exactly. See what already we studied is you must have a here attention. That's all it is. So then it will be easy to derive the formulas and easy to make it everything. That's all it is. Just now I told it will be inclined surfaces. So inclined surfaces, we all knows that this object is traveling. So object is moving like this direction. So we all knows that now normal is acting what direction? Check it, everybody. The velocity of the body is acting. Okay, let me finish this little concept, then I will explain it. All of you observe.
of the road at a turn makes an angle theta with the horizontal surface.
Now all of you check it. So 4 axes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Mass of the body is m. Velocity of the body is v. And now normal is exiting what direction? Here, what is that normal? Am I right or wrong, everybody? This is what we used to call as what? Fastly.
No.
Normal. Understand? If you involve in the class only, it will be good. Clear? So if not, it is no use. No use of this classes also even. So this is the normal. So if it is a normal means, then we all knows that surface. So if you take this is as a normal, so then we know it is a inclined surfaces. So force is exiting single direction or 2 different directions. Everybody. Yes, please. All people knows that if the body is traveling, the weight of the
2
body is
directions.
always acting. The perpendicularly to this, the weight of the body is always acting downward direction. That is what which is equals to mg. Am I right or wrong? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So please
Yes, sir.
observe very carefully. See, here they are taking triangle inclined surfaces like this. You want, you can take an inclined surface like this. This is whatever it is, both are same with a theta angle. Okay. Now,
This results in the horizontal component of normal force, n sine theta.
so can you able to catch it, Mr. Rudreswa? This one
Sir.
towards the inverse will become what? Here is the theta. So totally, actually, what is this total angle, guys? Anybody can tell? What is this total angle? This total angle will become
90 degree.
Then if this is the theta,
90.
means this will become what? 90 minus.
90 minus theta.
If this is 90 minus theta, then here also how much it is? This also will become how much? This also will become 90 minus theta. And this will become what? Opposite angle. This will become what?
9.
Theta. Understand, everyone? Clear? So what is the angle here? This is also angle is equal to how much? 90.
90.
And this is also angle is equal to how much? 90. Okay. So this very simple concept. Visualization is very important here. That's the reason I choose this one. You can easily, can able to understand better instead of I will draw and I will explain. Better than that, this is very easy to understand. Am I right, guys? Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes. But you need to draw the diagrams. That is what is very necessary.
Acting towards center, providing the necessary centripetal force at the turn.
Okay, so here n sin theta is equals to something. What is that? Which is acting towards to the center. That is only called as what we used to call, guys? Yes, please. What is that? All of you.
Centripetal force.
Centripetal force. So can I say that n sin theta is equals to Fc? Fc means what? Speak loudly. Because it is a self-adjusting. It is a self-adjusting. So self-adjusting friction. So mv square divided by r, which is equals to n sin theta. Is it okay, guys? Please respond. All of you.
Yes, sir.
So first equation. So n sin theta is equals to mv square by r. Then what about next one? So n sin theta came here. So n cos theta will come where? Anybody? N cos theta perpendicularly to this. Here n sin theta. Then here what will come? Everybody. Yes, please. N resultant force ra. Here it is the n normal. Then it will become n sin theta, which is acting towards the center, which is equals to centripetal force. Then here what will happen? F cos theta, F not n cos theta. So n cos theta is equals to something which is equals to weight of the body. What is the weight of the body? Which is equals to everybody.
mg.
Yes, that is what. So n cos theta is equals to what? Speak loudly. Mg. Understanding? So equation 1 and equation 2. So divide equation 1 and 2. So what will happen? If you divide equation 1 and 2, so n sin theta divided by n cos
Tan
theta
theta equal to
is equals to, here is not visible, so let it be take a different color. I'll take black. So which is equals to what will happen? Everybody. Here this is also divide. mv square by r divided by mg. Correct? Please respond. So now
Yes,
n
sir.
will get cancelled. Sin by cos is equals to how much? Fastly. Sin by cos is equal to
Tan theta
Here
equal
mm will get cancelled. So what is the answer? V square by rg. Am I right, everyone? Will you all agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please. So tan theta is equals to what is the answer? Tan theta is equals to V square by rg. So then
RG.
from that V square is equals to what? R into G into tan theta. Is it right? R into G into
Yes, sir.
tan theta. So V is equals to root over what? RG.
RG tan theta.
RG tan theta. So when we are traveling in this kind of bank of roads, this is only called as bank of roads. Is it okay, guys? Bank of roads. So what is the formula? Maximum velocity, final velocity. The velocity which we need to travel, root over. Yes, please. When
RG tan
if you
theta.
consider as the ideal case, if it is the ideal case, means in the sense of if you are traveling a road is what? Because of rain, it will become what? Because of rain, friction is reduces. So what is that road? It will become what? Smooth road.
Smooth road.
Understanding? So that the maximum velocity body can travel root over RG tan theta. That is what you have to remember. I hope everybody clear. Any problem? Anybody can tell me. I understand, guys. Everyone. Yes, please.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if, for example, if you notice it, if you try to, if the force is, if radius is keep on increases, if the curve, that means the curve, deeper curvature increases, keep in mind, the force exerted by that will be keep on decreases. We'll understand that also. So please watch this. Still here, any doubt, everybody? Do you all understand, everyone? This is a common thing. Already like these equations we found on tan theta, we calculated many cases in centripetal force. Am I right? Others? Yes, please.
Yes,
All of you
sir.
understand?
Yes, sir.
Already we have found tan theta in many cases in the centripetal forces and centrifugal force. Correct or not? Always remember that.
Yes, sir.
So, static friction is a what? Self-adjusting force. Okay? So it can be
Very
activated. So that is what. So now, here if you notice it as a normal is acting, so that always the force which is exerting towards the center, what is that? N sin theta. So N sin theta is equals to Fc. That is what centripetal force. So we can say centripetal force is equals to m r square by v. Sorry, mv square by r. mv square by r. Am I right or wrong? All of you? Yes? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So now let us observe now, as we know here n sin theta is acting, opposite one here, n cos theta will act. So let us make it.
Action is not taken into consideration here. Therefore, n sine theta is equal to mv square by r. The vertical component of the normal force.
Vertical component is what, guys? Everyone, you're all familiar, guys. Vertical component is what? N cos theta. Okay, n cos theta is equals to what? Weight of the body. Weight of the body is acting what direction? Downward direction. How much it is?
Downward direction.
How much it is? Yes, that is what.
Balances the weight of the vehicle.
So n cos theta is
n
equals to what? N cos theta is equals to mg. Okay. So both the equations you divide, you will get the v square.
cos theta is equal to mg. From these equations, we arrive at the equation tan theta equals to v squared by rg.
Then from that v square is equals to
Thus,
rg.
v is equal to root over rg tan theta.
Clear, everyone? All of you?
This equation gives
Yes, sir.
speed which, in the absence of friction for a given.
This is for what case? Ideal case. Or if you understand, before case we have considered what? We got it v is equals to root over. You should speak that. If you consider as a rough road, understanding it is not a smooth road, rough road if it is. If it is a rough road means what is that? Having a friction or not? Everyone. So if it is having a friction, what is the maximum velocity
Yes, sir.
travel? Root over
Mu
UGR. Understanding? So it must be always F maximum. It must be less than or is equals to mv square by r. That is what the condition which you have to remember that. Am I right or wrong? Everybody. Then only you can travel perfectly. Now, there is a ideal case. Ideal case means what? You are traveling in a what surface? Everybody. You are traveling in a smooth surfaces. Then what is the velocity you have to travel? Safe velocity, which is equals to root over rg tan theta. Clear, everyone? That's all. Two things only we have to remember. Okay, guys?
Angle of inclination
Yes, sir.
and radius of curvature would ensure that the vehicle remains in its designated path. This is known as the rated speed or balancing speed of a.
Please note it this one. This is only called as what? Rated speed or balanced speed, which is equals to root over rg tan theta. When the surface is ideal case, it is. If it is ideal case means smooth road. Clear? Smooth road. Okay.
Turn.
Please make it.
Rated speed of a curve does not depend on the mass of the object.
Now, do you think this road is a plane? It is an inclined plane. Have you noticed that, everyone? Like one side it is. Every road you notice it won't be a plane surface. Am I right, everyone? All of you? Respond. Yes, there will be some inclination. You can notice it. How many of you can see that? Next time when you're traveling in a road, government buses and all, one side it is almost bending down. Have you checked it, everybody? You might be think that like the height of the bus is not same in both the directions. That is it the bus really is inclined? No. What is the reason? Because of road it is. Understand, Ra? Yeah. So even the country to country, even the roads are not same. Because ours here for making the rainwater easily drain, so they will be make incline. Middle it will be little height and sides it will be little less. You can, that is one.
Summary. The maximum speed with which a vehicle can move without skidding while taking a turn on a horizontal road is root over
V root over, it must be less than or is equals to what? Root over mu g r when horizontal road. Okay.
mu rg.
G.
The maximum speed with which a vehicle can move without skidding while taking a turn on a banked road
Smooth back road.
is root
Over, it is also less than, what is that, guys? Less than or equals to root over rg.
over rg tan
Tan
theta.
theta.
Please kindly make it, guys. So that's all about it. So this is only the today's concept. I hope everybody understand everything. When it is traveling in a banking of road and when you are traveling in a smooth horizontal road, what is the velocities of a car? You have to maintain it. Are you clear, everyone? I hope everybody understand. Mr. Monish, Sai Gardi. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So only finally two equations we formed. Laksha, understand, Laksha? Anything doubt, Laksha? Okay. So what is that? First one, we have found it in banking of road. N cos theta is equals to mg. And next one, N sin theta is equals to centripetal force. That is what the force which is acting, which is equals to mv square by r. Okay.
R.
All that we got it. V is equals to what? Root over formula, please. Root over. Now what is the answer? What is the answer? Root over RG.
RG tan theta.
RG tan theta. Okay.
Tan theta.
So please make it RG tan theta. So now let us solve the question. We'll make it. So please write the question. R is equals to 20 meters. Question number 1, you can take it. R is equals to 20 meters. Smooth. Smooth it is. Smooth means what? Ideal case. First case or second case? First case is V less than or is equals to root over mu G R. And second case, ideal case, root less than or is equals to RG tan theta.
RG tan
Yes.
theta.
Yes, so now I already mentioned it. It is RG tan theta. So now smooth surfaces. So angle of banking is 30 degrees. What is the angle of banking? Everyone?
30
Angle of
degree.
banking is 30 degrees. So find the safe speed at which the car can go. Find the safe speed. Find the safe speed at which the vehicle do not skid. Okay. It's very simple. Okay, what is the formula? Directly we all knows that. So V square is equals to what? All of you.
Root over RG
Root
tan.
over, you can take it, no, yeah, you can take it. Root over tan 30 into R into G. R value is 30. G value is how much, guys? 10. So what is the formula?
10.
V is equals to root over tan 30 value 1 by root 3
1 by root 3.
into 20 into 10, which is equals to, so 1 by root 3 into 20 into 10
Sir,
equals to, yes, please. Tell me
sir,
what.
before you was writing 30 into 10.
30 into 10. Oh, here 20 m. Sorry. Yeah. So 20 into 10. Clear, everybody? So if you find this value, you'll get the answer. Okay, Mr. Rudreswa. So 200 divided by root 3. So first you can do it and you can do the square root value. So root 3 value 1.714. You can substitute it. So root over 200 divided by 1.714. If you solve it, you will get the answer. Make it quick. Find the answer. So 200 divided by 1.714. So which is equals to, if you divide it, you will get 116.668. So root over that one. So you can find it. What is the root over, everybody? So root over 116.68. So which is equals to approximately 10.80. So what is the maximum speed the car can travel? 10.80. Understand? So that's what it will be. 10.80 whole square approximately you can make it. So what is the maximum velocity car can travel? Approximately you can take
10.8.
11 meter per second. That's all it is. Understanding? Rudreswa, how to solve it?
Yes, sir.